I don't think there's a team in football that has more pressure on this year than the New York Jets. Obviously, last year, we had 4 snaps of Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform before his season and essentially the Jets season was over. And I know last year was a circus when we talk about the Jets. Remember, the Jets had Dalvin Cook. The Jets have, obviously, Aaron Rodgers. They had Hard Knocks. There was a lot surrounding the Jets. And I think last year was the first year, well, last year until obviously 4 snaps into the season, but last year was the first year in a while where there was high expectations for a Jets team. The reason why I said that this is one of the most I don't think there's a team that has more pressure than the Jets right now is because of that expectation that has been building since Aaron Rodgers stepped into this organization. A word that gets thrown around a lot, and I throw it around a lot as well, or a phrase, not a word. A phrase that gets thrown around a lot is Super Bowl or bust. I said that the Detroit Lions, when I talked about the NFC North, I said the Detroit Lions is Super Bowl or bust. I said the Philadelphia Eagles are which obviously when I was talking about the NFC East, I said is Super Bowl or bust. The 49ers, Super Bowl or bust. You don't make as many moves, get as many names, and have a roster like this and not consider yourself Super Bowl or bust. You don't have Garrett Wilson, Tyron Smith from the Dallas Cowboys, Elijah Vera Tucker, Morgan Moses, Breece Hall, Tyler Conklin, Alan Lazard. You don't have those people on the defensive side of the ball. Quentin Williams, Jermaine Johnson, Will Donald the fourth. I think that's the fourth. C.J. Mosley, Quincy Williams, Michael Carter II, Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed. You don't have a team as stacked as this, with a team led by a quarterback as recognized and as decorated as far as what he's done in his entire career as Aaron Rodgers, and not go into the season thinking, and they have Mike Williams, I forgot about that, and not go into the season thinking that it is indeed Super Bowl or bust. And honestly, I don't think this is just me speaking hyperbole. You can kind of feel it. There is quiet optimism for the season. Let's not get it twisted. They know how good they are. And I think all the reports are coming out saying that there is a confidence surrounding the Jets that they know how good they are, and they know that they can make some noise this year in the league. But you can't tell me that we as fans feel the seat getting hotter and hotter for Robert Saleh. If the fans feel that, you can't tell me that Robert Saleh and this organization doesn't know that. You see, at some point, the circus that has been this Jets team has to pay off in one way or the other. And I'm not saying that all of it is on Robert Saleh. But if there is not success, at some point someone's going to answer for the fact of why this team has not been able to capitalize on the roster that is. It's not this isn't me saying that I think or I hope, right? Like, obviously, I think that I think the Jets have a chance, a good opportunity of being the best team in the AFC East. Yes, I can think that, and I do think that. But this is a little bit more than me just thinking it. Like, I feel you have to be. Because let's not get it confused, man. They have the best overall roster in the AFC East. And you can put this roster up against some of the best teams in the NFL regardless. So while I say I think they can be, I think that has to be, it has to be a reality that this Jets team has to be good. They have to. Because I promise you, if they're not, if they don't reach the expectations that they have set on themselves, there is going to be sweeping changes come. There has to be sweeping changes come next year. Because what happens is your quarterback gets older. Your team as a whole get older. And this is a win now team. This team is built to win now. If you don't win now, then I'm almost sure Robert Saleh is probably going to be out of here. Now, I don't think this team is going to have the same type of season that I had last year, obviously dealing with Aaron Rodgers not being there all of the season. But if this season with Aaron Rodgers looks anything like it did last year, oh yeah, you can bet your bottom dollar that Robert Saleh is out of here. It may not be fair, but that is what it is. I'm gonna say, obviously barring health, because that you always have to say that when we talk about NFL teams. Barring health, this team, the New York Jets, are going to win the AFC East. I think that this team is obviously roster-wise one of the best teams in football. I do think that I think the difference between the Jets and maybe the Buffalo Bills is while the Jets and both the Bills are depending on Herculean and incredible seasons from their quarterbacks, which is Josh Allen, and for the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, I feel like the Jets have given Aaron Rodgers the best chance to succeed when we talk about they have almost reloaded they pretty much reloaded their offensive line. They have one of the best defenses in all of football, not just the AFC, all of football the Jets have one of the best defenses, if not the best defense. They have one of the best now. Like last year, that was a huge problem, their offensive line. Now they have one of the best offensive lines. So I think that they're hoping that to win both lines of scrimmage. It feels like the Jets have done everything they can to have a successful season. And because of that, this is a huge season for this franchise, for Aaron Rodgers, for the future of Robert Saleh as a head coach. Because there's only so much losing that you can do before people start to really question you. Even on a historically bad team. I think this team is going to be very good. The NFL hopes that this team is going to be very good because they're on a lot of primetime games. So we're going to see a lot of the Jets, kind of like last year. You know, I think Gilbert Arenas says something. This is sort of a PS, but I think Gilbert Arenas says something that I think is very smart. Now, I've seen the NFL do this, but I hope that more leagues do this. When we talk about these primetime games, when we talk about these holiday games, right? I don't know why my brain got here, but this is where we're at. Thank you for taking the journey with me. Obviously, these schedules are happen before the season even starts, and on top of that, networks and primetime net organizations, primetime games are already decided. I think that there should be some type of way to flex these primetime games. Like, what if? Now I know it's tradition that the Lions play on Thanksgiving, right? But what if, Lord forbid, the Lions are 0 whatever before Thanksgiving, or the Cowboys are 0 whatever? Shouldn't they be able to get flexed out for a better team? Like, think about it. Thanksgiving for football, Christmas now for football, but Christmas for basketball. That is when the world is pretty much watching. Even if you have family members, even if you have people that aren't NFL fans, aren't NBA fans, there's usually during Christmas, during Thanksgiving, there's usually a TV on that has some type of sports plan. And wouldn't you want your best product to be out there? Meaning that this is an opportunity for a new fan or new fans to get integrated to your product, your service. So wouldn't you, it's like, why would you be married to, okay, well, I know that let's go to basketball. Let's say, who's playing? Let's say the Lakers, and I know the Lakers are playing the Golden State Warriors, right? Lord forbid, knock on wood, I hope this doesn't happen, but what happens if LeBron James or Steph Curry gets hurt and both the Lakers and Golden State tank? Who wants to see that on Christmas? And on top of that, you have someone like maybe Memphis. You have someone like, I don't know, what's the team that's not playing? Like Orlando. I don't know if they're playing or not, but OKC, like the Bucks. What if one of those teams are having an incredible season? Wouldn't you want to be able to flex the Lakers Golden State game, because obviously those teams are not good for a better team? I think that sports, these companies should be able to do that. I don't know how I got here. Oh, yes, I do. The Jets. The Jets are on a lot of primetime games, kind of like they were last year. and it kind of soured the experience, and it put their woes on Front Street because obviously you're on damn near every week a primetime game, and we have to sit and watch Zach Wilson, who just lost the starting job. We'll talk about this. Okay. Yeah, no. There's a lot of hope and promise around this Jets team, and you can kind of feel it from how training camp is. I know reports are saying it's been kind of like, I know Aaron Rodgers came out and said this is the hardest training camp he's ever been in. You're hearing a lot of people saying it's more militant, like it just feels different. Yeah, man, this is just yeah. This has to be a good season for the Jets, because if not, I'm almost sure that is going to be massive changes. Oh man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.